Right. So can you tell me where you're from, what your name is, and a little bit about you?
My name is Daniel Hurtado. I was born in Mexico, in the state of Michoacan. I came to the United States when I was 11 years old. I graduated from Ocean View High School. I went on to Golden West College for 2 years, and then I finished my bachelor's at Cal State University of Fullerton, and I'm currently a coach here at Ocean View High School. I coach cross country and track and field.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna get into the questions. What was the happiest moment in your life?
The happiest moment, I think it has to be graduating from college. The closer I got to graduation date, I knew that I was going to graduate. There was never a doubt in my mind that I was graduating, and I'm never big on parties or celebrations. But my parents wanted to throw this big party to celebrate that I was graduating. I was actually the first one in my family to graduate, so I was happy because of them, because of all the sacrifices they made for me to have that education. So it was like, so they could see like everything they did was worth it. So I think that was the gratification that everything was worth it.
And on the other hand, can you tell me what your saddest moment in your life was?
It also happened around when I graduated. I think it was 2 days before graduation. We found out that my grandma, my mom's side of the family, my mom's mom, was really sick, and she got a call. I think it was a day or two before graduation, saying she was in Central California, and they told her, "You need to come up here now if you want to see your mom, because she only has a few hours left." So that was a really difficult time, because again, we had this celebration that I was graduating. My parents were really excited. They were gonna throw a party. They had everything paid for, but then they found out that my grandma was dying. Of course, the party didn't matter at that point, but just what made it so difficult to me is having my mom come up to me to my room and just completely crying and apologizing because we were not gonna have a party. Which that it didn't matter to me at all. I was still gonna graduate, but it was just really sad moment because I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know if I should feel happy that I was graduating and accomplishing this milestone, or but at the same time I was really sad and depressed because I knew that my mom was suffering. So it was just a weird conflict of emotions, and I know they felt the same way. So while it was that weekend, I guess I can say the weekend, it was the happiest because I got to graduate. It was also the saddest because of what was going on. But my grandma made it. She got out of the hospital a few weeks after that. So, it was a difficult time, but we got through it as a family. And then later on, when she was fully recovered, we were able to have that party.
If you could hold on to one memory from your life forever, what would that be?
That's a tough one because there's a lot of them. But I think when I came to the U.S., my mom came to the U.S. before I did. She came here like 2 weeks before I did because the whole point was she was going to come with my dad, and then we're going to find a place for us to stay, and then we were going to fly over a few weeks later. But I remember, I was 11, so I was still really young, and I was stayed with my younger brother who was 4, and we stayed with my grandma. And I just remember her, like when the taxi went to pick her up to take her to the airport, I just remember my little brother and I like just crying and crying. And I think at that moment, it just changed me. I was always close to my mom, but I never realized just how much I needed her. And just not having her there, and I knew she wasn't gonna be there for 2 weeks or so. That it really hurt. And then I remember I stayed at my grandma's house, like I said, and I remember I would just go to the house every now and then in the afternoon, and I would just like cry because of how sad I was. So I just remember that memory. And then when school was getting tough or anything like that, anything after once I was already here, anything would get hard. I would struggle in school learning the language. I would struggle in school with any subject. I would think about that moment, that she made. Cause I know if it was hurting me, for a mother to leave her 2 youngest sons behind, it must have hurt way more. So I think I would think about that moment, that to like fuel the fire to keep on going with whatever it was that I was quote unquote struggling with.
What is one saying you live by, and why do you choose this saying to live by?
It's a simple one. Treat others the way you want to be treated. If you want respect, you have to give respect. If you want people to, just treat others the way you want to be treated. You can't expect people to treat you a certain way if you're not doing the same thing for them.
Can you talk to me about your coaching and what impact that has had on you?
Well, coaching. I started coaching cross country. I started as a volunteer for track, but I feel like I wasn't really here because I was going to school, so I was only able to show up to practice maybe twice a week. So the reason why I honestly started coaching was because I had a friend who was a coach, and I just wanted to prove to him that I was able to coach as well. So that my mentality has changed. And then once I started coaching and we started having some success, I just wanted to coach because I wanted to like be good. I wanted people to see like, oh, Daniel can actually coach. So I just was coaching for the success. And now that we've had some success, I've realized that doesn't really matter. I coach because I want to create an environment where people feel welcome, loved. That's what running did for me. I run here at Ocean View High School, both cross country and track. And it was for the first time ever since coming to the United States that I felt like I had a place where I could belong. It didn't matter that I couldn't speak English very well. It didn't matter that I had an accent. Just everybody embraced me, as an individual, as a person, as a human. And that's the type of environment I want to create. It's influenced me in every single way that I can think of. Everything I do is around coaching. It's definitely something I see myself doing for the rest of my life. I just love it. I love everything about it. But above all, the relationships I'm able to have with my athletes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.